I'm sorry, y'all. What's going on, you guys? It's be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV. I had to run and go get my hat, honey, because I had totally forgot that I ain't got no haircut, honey, and I had to get my hat on. Y'all know I do not like coming on camera looking a damn fool. But what's going on, y'all? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we are here from my live review of The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 15 Reunion Part 1, okay? Now, as you guys already know, this review is a little bit late tonight because I had to go to a family barbecue today. That's why this review is late. But y'all know any other time I would have done it right after the show. Okay, right after the show. But yeah, so we here. I just got done watching the reunion. Yes, indeed. And I'm glad that you guys are here. I'm glad that you guys are here. Now, if you're brand new to the platform, go ahead and click on that subscription button. Okay, click on the subscription button and then click on the subscription bell so you can get notified whenever a video drops. Okay, now y'all know that we're here for the mess. We're here to talk about the reunion. And y'all know that I'm always ill prepared every time. Okay, y'all already know that. I got these notes right here. I got all my notes for this reunion, honey. I already got them and I'm ready, honey. I am too ready for this. All right. Now, before we get into anything, y'all do know that I have to give y'all the church announcements before we do anything. So the first things first is the Whether You Like It or Not panel. And it will be over on Yacritese's platform tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern. The link is already available. I just put it in the Whether You Like It or Not panel playlist already. So if you need the link, go on over there to my page and go to the playlist, and it will be down there at the very end. So yes, we will be over on Yacritese's platform to talk about tonight's reunion. Also, you do know that on Tuesday night is Love and Hip Hop night, but on Thursday, myself, T, and Josiah will be back over here on Scotty by Nature TV talking about Tuesday's episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And then on September the 15th, we'll be back for Boys Night Out on the second episode of the season. Once again, we thank you guys for all the love and support that you guys gave us on our first episode back for the fourth season. Like I said, we had almost 300 folks in the damn live. We never really had that much in our Boys Night Out lives before, because I'd really be feeling like y'all be sleeping on the Boys Night Out panel. But I see y'all tuned in and y'all showed up and showed out Friday night. So we thank you guys for all of the love, the support that you guys are giving the show. We appreciate everything. But this is going to be a great show this season. I'm very excited about this. It's going to be a lovely show, a great show this season. We put our all into planning this season. So I hope you guys enjoy it the way that we enjoy doing it. All right. So that's pretty much all that we got for all of the church announcements right about now. That's it. So yeah, I don't want to spend any more time talking about anything else. I want to go ahead and get into the mess, y'all, because that's what y'all are here for. So let me pull my phone out so we can talk about this episode, honey. Let me put it on Do Not Disturb, and we're gonna get right on into this thing, okay? So we open up, of course, the reunion with all of the girls. You know, they're getting ready for the show. You know, they're getting ready. You know, the stylist is in there. They're like, "Are you ready to gather these girls tonight?" And all this other stuff. You always got to have a good gay up in your ear. Telling you to get these girls together, because sometimes you need that. You need that good gay in your life to get you together. Okay, not to really get you together, but to get you together to get the girls together. Okay, sometimes you need that because some gays be ready for the mess. I'll just be ready to watch the mess on the sideline, but that's just neither here nor there. But you know what I'm saying. And Drew need to get their asses together. They've been fucking with Drew all season. Drew has been topic of discussion for the second half of the season, so she needs to get ready. Okay, so we get in, we see everybody, and everybody's ready. But it seemed like most of them came in on good terms or friendly terms, but then as the reunion progressed, they were not on friendly terms. Drew and Candy. But we're going to get into that, though. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into all of that, okay? So, if y'all ready for the mess, y'all ready for my opinion, y'all know to leave those fire emojis in the chat. Y'all know I ain't asked y'all for those fire emojis in a while now. But go ahead and leave those fire emojis in the chat, you guys, so we can go ahead and get this thing rolling. Y'all know when y'all get this chat lit up, it gets me lit up. So y'all already know I'm ready, honey. I am so ready. I think it's me being with my family today that got me so crunk and hyped up. Because anytime I'm with my cousins, it's always a good time, child. Always a good time. Oop, and there y'all go, honey. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into it. Now it's time for us to get into my opinion about the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15 reunion part 2. And I know that people are going to come in as we get along. We already at 190 people at the 7 mark. Amazing. So, we're going to have us a pretty good turnout tonight, all right? So, let's start this thing off with Sheree. Now, we talked about Sheree and the secret daughter and how everybody was hella confused when the secret daughter was pretty much brought up at this event that Sheree was having, this sip and see event for Cairo's new baby or whatever. She had to sip and see for the baby, and that's when she found out about that's when she found out about the baby. Somebody said my live is tripping. Is anybody hearing any glitches right now? Am I good? Let me know if I'm good. If I'm good, give me a thumbs up. If I'm not, give me a thumbs down. Let me know if I'm good, y'all. Because we don't need to have those problems. I got me another computer and all that stuff. Oh, I see. I don't hear that. That's a no. That's a no. I don't hear any glitches. I don't hear any glitches. I don't hear any glitches. Okay. All right, good. Thank y'all. Okay. So, anyways, she claims that she never knew about the secret daughter and that, the kids probably didn't tell her about the secret daughter because they knew that she didn't give a. And she said it was a jerk move and that she didn't give a. But I'm just having an issue with this. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having an issue with this whole story of the fact that she did not know about it. Like, I really, deep in my heart, I really feel like Sheree knew. I'm sorry, y'all, but I do feel like she knew. I don't know what it is. And on top of that, I feel like she knew, and I feel like she cares more than what she's letting on. You know what I mean? Like, I really believe that she does care, and I do believe that shit hurt. And if it did hurt her, yes, you're human. If it hurts you, it hurts you. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's kind of like it's hard to believe anything that Sheree be saying because she be lying all the time and she stutter like Joe. So it's hard to believe a lot of the things that she says because I'm really having a lot of trouble believing that she never knew about this child. You mean to tell me you were married to Bob all them years and y'all been divorced for God knows how long, and you just now finding out about the child after all these years and your own kids didn't even tell you about it? Because I can't see myself finding out that I got another brother or sister or something like that and not even tell my mama about it. I really believe that those kids told Sheree about it, and Sheree didn't want, and Sheree knew about it, but she wasn't expecting nobody to question this whole situation. So now she got to pretend like she didn't know nothing about it. I don't know. And this is not me really trying to dump on Sheree and really trying to find a reason to, go in on her because the people love to say that I'm so mean when I do my reviews and I only want to go in on Sheree and Marlo and not nobody else. The people love to say that, but I'm really not saying it. I'm really not doing it for real at this point. And this is me being completely genuine. I really don't think that she did not know about this child. I really feel like she knew. I really feel like she knew. I do. I believe she knew. Like all your kids been around this child, this girl, and they never told you, Sheree? No. There are some things that I never told my mama, but then there are some things that I know I could never keep from my mama. And that is a whole child. My mama ain't been with my daddy since 1993. Or was it 92? It was one of them. It was probably 92 or 93. I just know that I was a young boy then. So I had to be either 3 or 4 since my mama been with my dad. And if I found out that my daddy had another child, I would have told my mama the moment I heard the news. Because that's the type of relationship I had with my mama. Even, like flat out. Like I talk to my mama like I talk to one of my friends. I spill tea with my mama like I spill tea with my friends. So if I heard some type of tea like that about my daddy having another baby, I'm gonna tell my mama about that, period. You mean to tell me you did, like, your kids did not think to tell you some shit like that? Come on now. And I hope ain't nobody else believing it. I'm just saying, like, am I being too? Y'all could tell me. Am being rough on her? Hey, Montrez, am I being rough on Sheree right now by not believing this? Because I really think that she knew. Because I just don't think that there's a point to which she could not know. You know what I mean? Like, for real. I really believe she knew. There's no way she did not know. And there's no way that her kids would keep that from her. I don't understand. So I don't know. I hope I'm not being too hard on her. I really believe she knew. I'm sorry. You know. Then they start talking about on Candy Speak on It. Drew and Candy both stated that Sheree looks like Drew. And Sheree looked like Drew. So Sheree was like, I'm just saying that those are one of my worst pictures. So if she feel like one of our worst pictures look like you, then, you know, and I'm just like, Sheree be trying so hard. Like, I don't know. I believe she been hanging out with Queen Anthony a bit too much because I really believe he helped her ass out with her reads because she was giving it to the people now. Don't get me wrong, she was. I'm not gonna get on here and not give her props. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we're gonna get into that in just a second. But she says that that was one of her worst pictures. Girl, that was not a bad picture of you. You trying too hard. That was not a bad picture of you. And girl, you did look like Drew on that damn picture. You look like Drew even when you not on that damn picture. And girl, that's not a read. You trying to read Drew, but look dumb by trying to read Drew. You know what I mean? Like, girl, please. Like, Sheree be trying too hard. It be like she just like that particular one. I just wasn't with it. Like, I just felt like that was just stupid, girl. Like, girl. You trying to read somebody else, but really reading your own goddamn self at the same time. You feel what I'm saying? So, anyways, getting off of that, they start talking about Martell and how she said that Martell got big D energy. And then they said, but how do you feel about Martell swinging that big D all over Huntsville? Okay. And that's a question that we all want to know. How does it feel how does it feel that your man is sitting up here slinging it around Huntsville and you really believe and you really act like you got some prize? See, the reason why Sheree gets read a lot and the reason why people be dragging her quite a bit is because of the fact that she gets on here and she be doing all this basic ass stuff and she really be thinking that she be getting it. And she really don't. Because when it come down to Martell, that ain't no damn flex. If anything, it's a flex for him to be with you. Because you're on a better network, which is Bravo. You're on a popular show, whether the ratings are down or not. Because even with the ratings being down, it's higher than Love and Marriage Huntsville. And that's just the truth. So it's a flex for him to be with you. It's a downgrade for you to be with him. And this is a person that's talking to you that don't even like you like that. It's a downgrade for you, Sheree, to be with him. Because he's a bum, okay? He's a terrible excuse for a husband. He's an adulterer. And he uses his kids as a form of a weapon. So that's nothing to be proud of. There's nothing to be bragging about. That is nothing. He is not a prize. Like, girl, he's not. And I know that you've seen all those articles, all those blogs that talked about him and all of the things that he did to Miss Melody and all the turmoil that he put into her life, and you getting with him and all that other stuff. And I just felt like, if anything, I was more so rooting for you to call on Tyrone to tell him to come on and help you get your shit. Because I think you would have been better off with the jailbird. I mean, it ain't really that much, but I just feel like you would have been better off with the damn jailbird. Because if you're gonna be with Martell, you might as well be with the jailbird, if you ask me. But Martell is not a catch at all, and everybody else sees it. He's not a catch. But the only person that don't see it, the only person that sees it, that doesn't see it, is you, and that's sad. Anyways, she said that she really, really likes Martell, but she pulled back due to the noise, due to the things that everybody was saying about him. And you should have been pulled back, girl. Like, it took you to hear a whole bunch of noise for you to realize that this nigga ain't, you know what I'm saying? And let's be honest here. I'm not even going to sit up here and just continue to just dog Sheree. We all have decided to deal with that we knew had tons of red flags. I have done it. We all have done it. Like, the boyfriend before last, because I'm not going to even put that on on Bubs, as y'all may know him as, but Brandon, I'm not gonna sit up here and do all that because he wasn't the one that did that. But the boyfriend before him, he was terrible. You know what I mean? He was like, I don't even want to get into that part because that shit is gonna piss me off just even talking about him again. But we cool now. But just thinking about the bullshit that happened back then and talking about it. But that's another side. That's another point. The boyfriend before last for me, it was tons of red flags. It was tons of things that people told me about him. And I sat there and I continued to with him because I felt like, oh, that might be his past. But people change. People change their stripes for the right person. I thought that I could be able to change him and he wasn't gonna do me the same way he did other people. He didn't do me entirely wrong like he did everybody else, but he did me motherfucking wrong. But my thing is, I didn't have no articles written about him. All it was hearsay. And I'm the type of person who hates it when you deal with a mother and shit like that. So it's kind of like you deal with a mother and then everybody feel like they got a story to tell when you get with them. That was one of those things that I was personally dealing with. But when it really comes down to it, Sheree had a whole bunch of Yelp reviews, as Erica De Niro would say. There was a lot of Yelp reviews about him. Okay, we saw the blogs, we saw the reality show, we saw all that shit. So to me, it felt like, girl, if you gonna be with Martell, you don't need to be with him for nothing else but so that would be the only thing he'll be worth it for me is and nothing motherfucking else. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So no, Sheree, girl, she just picked the wrong man. Sometimes I feel like she picked the wrong man on purpose. Sometimes. So then Kenya asked, "Does Sheree know about Martell and the Revenge P?" And she claimed that she didn't know nothing about it. Girl, yes you do. Yes you do. Why does Sheree sit down and act like she don't know nothing? Why you acting like you don't know nothing? Girl, you know about that Revenge P. You know all about it. Everybody knows about it. You know about it. You know you seen this in the motherfucking blogs. You know you saw this. So why you acting like you didn't see it? You already know what it's giving. Stop lying. See, this is the reason why I can't take Sheree seriously, because she sit up, she stutters, and she lies, and I just can't take it. Girl, you know all about that Revenge P. You just want to act like you don't know so you won't look like a motherfucking fool, because you look like a motherfucking fool. Acting like this damn dude is something worth bringing around. I wouldn't bring Martell around for nothing. He ain't even no trophy boyfriend. He just somebody to hit it and keep it pushing. You know about that damn revenge porn, just like Harold said. Let me get to my mouse. Just like Harold said, she lying because she follows the shade room and the neighborhood talk and all that. She know. She knows. I don't know why she's sitting up here lying. Girl, why you always lying? Why the fuck you lying? Like, girl, why you always lying? Why are you lying? I look, I can't with Sheree. When it comes down to stuff like this, I just can't take her seriously. Um, she said that I really liked him, but I liked myself more than I liked him. Okay, I give you that. It's better to love yourself more than you love somebody else. It's better to do that. It's better to have more faith in yourself than to have faith. Like, have you ever watched the episode of Living Single when Regine and Max went to this class and it was talking about men and relationships, and the lady was like, find yourself, need yourself, love yourself. And that's what Sheree needs to do. Sheree needs to find herself, need herself, love herself. That's what she needs. Because if she don't love herself, ain't nobody else gonna love her but her fucking kids. Okay, that's the only person that's gonna. And honestly, some people are fine with that. Some people are fine with just being loved by their kids. They don't need no man to love them. But I'm just saying. But at the same time, though, she's saying that she liked him, but she liked herself more, but yet she's still hanging out with him. She's still fooling with him. So to me, it's like, is it really over between you and Martell, or are you just saying it to save face? Because what it sounds like to me is that you're saying it to save face. Like you're saying it so you won't look crazy, even though you already do. So it's like, did you really leave him alone? Or are you just saying it to make yourself look good or feel better? Because that's how it's coming across. Like, if you're done with him and you need to get rid of the noise, don't you think that still hanging out with him, still fucking him, still doing things with him will continue the noise, Sheree? Who the do you think you're fooling in this? I'm just trying to figure out who the fuck you fooling in this bitch. Because you ain't fooling nobody but yourself. You know what I mean? Like, what you telling me, you don't believe it yourself. And I'm just saying, because you want to act like you're so oblivious to every damn thing. Like, how you gonna try when it's based on a lie? You must don't know you ain't fly, baby, bye. I'm just saying, Sheree. Like, let's be real. It's like every man you be, why you trying to holler with the same old song, Sheree? Like, it's just crazy to me. Cause no, mm-mm. That's all I'm saying. Like, girl, get the fuck up out of here. You need to get out of here. As out of self-esteem that you be, because it's very performative. Okay, let's just stay there. Let's just stay here for just 1 second. Her confidence, her high self-esteem is very performative. Like when you look at Sheree, you would think that she doesn't have any insecurities ever. There's no insecurities at all in her life. So it's giving very much delusion of grandeur, if you ask me. To me, that's just my opinion. That's what she gives. I would never get my ass on here and act like there I do not have any insecurities. I would never get up here and act like I'm just fully confident about everything. There may be sometimes where I talk my and I have every right to, but there I have my moments where I'm not that confident. I have my insecurities, and one of my biggest insecurities was my teeth. That's why I took my ass to the dentist and used my insurance and still paying for the shit right now, because that was one of my biggest insecurities, and people always poke fun at it. It's okay to admit that you have an insecurity. It's okay to admit that you're not confident. Sheree puts on this brick face and act as if she don't nothing ever bother her, and that she's not, that she got all this self-esteem and all this other shit. But to me, it's like this: if you got all this self-esteem about yourself, then you would not be sitting up here dealing with motherfuckers like Martell or even Tyrone, when you got to pay his way and his homeboy's way, and sometimes his cousin's way. Like, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You got insecurities. You're not that confident. You don't give me confident woman. You give me performative confident. That's what you give. Everything about you is performative. Like, even on your first seasons, you being rich was performative. You being a fashion designer was performative. You always wanted to be more than what you was. And I'm just gonna need for you to stop trying to be life and just deal with the fact that you sugar smacks. Just deal with that. And ain't nothing wrong with being sugar smacks. Sugar smacks is actually very delicious. Okay. So if you sugar smacks, you sugar smacks. Stop trying to be life. Just stop. That's all I'm saying. It's like you just aren't aware of anything. You're not aware of any of these issues that you have, or you act like you're not. You got issues. And you give me issue field. You just give me somebody that is not that confident. You want to be, but you're not. You're giving me a personality that you aspire to be. I personally feel like when Marlo get up here, I feel like Marlo is confident to a certain extent, but I do think that she does have insecurities, which probably comes from her fucked up childhood, which comes from my fucked up childhood. I mean, it's just the truth. But at least sometimes she can say that. Sheree don't say that. You would think that nothing bothers her, but it does. It does. It bothers her. She's a failure. If I never knew what the term failure was, to be honest, like that's how I feel. Every time she try to do something, it fails. Every time she do something, it look like a scheme. Like it just, I don't get Sheree. And I be rooting for Sheree on the low sometimes. Like I know I've been giving her all this fever and shit. Like like I've been giving her all this fever, like she needs Tylenol or some shit. But it's like I just see right through her, honestly. That's just the truth. It's all smoke and mirrors with Sheree, and that's why I can't with it. I can't. It's just smoke and mirrors for me. That's why I can't really deal with that shit at all. Um, we get into the situation with Kenya talking about Martell was in her DMs. And Sheree had questioned why Kenya did not tell her about the DMs before. And Kenya basically stated that she did not tell Sheree about the DMs up until they started getting closer and they started really, really dating. Okay. And then she started saying that Sheree was like, don't you think that would have been the right time for me to know about this situation? And then Kenya was like, it was irrelevant. But I don't know, Kenya. I'm gonna say this. In my circle of friends, if one of the guys in my circle is talking to a person and that person was in my DMs, I will sometimes weigh the options. Sometimes I'd be like, do I really need to tell them this? It's really not this serious. Like, I really don't care. It's really not this serious. Or sometimes I'll be like, but I don't want to let them get in this relationship with this person. I know they was in my DMs down, and I'm pretty sure that they knew that we're friends. You know what I mean? Because me and my friends are the type of friends that's like this. If you talk to my friend, I'm not talking to you. The only time that something like that went above board was when a friend of mine brought a guy to the bar one time. And then the dude tried to talk to me. And then I told my friend that, the dude was trying to holler at me or whatever. And then he was like, oh, I ain't even talking to him no more. And plus, when I brought him to the bar, I had only known him for like 3 days. So if you want to talk to him, that's fine. But he ain't my type. I believe he's more suitable for you anyway. But whatever. That's the only time we kind of compromised that type of thing, because that wasn't his boyfriend. They wasn't on no date. They only knew each other for 2 or 3 days. And that was it. You know what I mean? But even now, I won't even do that again, because it just went against what I believed in. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I just don't want to touch it. Whether you talk to them or not, I don't want to touch it. But he was the one who said, you can. That was just 2 or 3 days. I didn't even know him like that. You can talk to him. I already knew it wasn't going to work for me. So I'm going to pass him along. That's what that was. But even then, I felt iffy about it and I didn't like it. But then I continued to talk to him anyway. And then it became a fucked up relationship. My karma, if you ask me. So we the type of friends that don't really do stuff like that. So it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? If you tried to talk to me, why you trying to talk to my friend? So I feel like with Kenya, she probably felt like it wasn't that deep at first, because she probably thought that Sheree really wasn't going to take Martell seriously in the least bit, but she wound up taking him seriously. And when she did, she decided to go ahead and tell, Sheree about the situation. But I still kind of feel like she probably should have just went on and told him from the beginning. But at the same time, she probably didn't want to come across as no hater. Like, she probably didn't want to come across like, oh, girl, I was trying to talk to you. He tried to talk to me too, because sometimes girls can do that now. Even the gay men. When I say the girls, I mean biological women and gays. The girls can try to rain on your parade to let you know some shit like that. But at the same time, if y'all friends, that's something that they should know. Because I don't think that my friend would want to date you if they knew that you was trying to hit me up before they started talking to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with that. Sheree they were saying, but throughout the season, you and Sheree was talking about, you were shading Kenya about not having no man. And Sheree was like, well, she said that she needed that energy at the party, when it came down to it. She needed a man on her side. So, girl, you're beautiful. Go get a man. You know what I'm saying? And so she was like, I don't want just any man. I don't want no man that's doing this. I don't want no man that's doing that. And, that was lethal shade to Sheree, because that just comes across like she just want any kind of man. Say that she got a man. Not no reason to have a man, but that's another story. Kenya was like, it's really no difference, to be honest. Like, it's not a difference, because she was like, so when Kenya said she don't want any man, that's when Sheree came along and she was like, well, do you want any man talking to any woman that he want to talk to. And Kenya said, but that's the same. We're just dating. I'm just letting you know that what are you talking about? It's not a difference. And so that's when Sheree was like, and that's what I'm telling you. This is not a difference. So what are you talking about? Sheree, you just mad because the nigga that you was talking to got all this damn noise surrounding him and you cannot handle the shit. And that's just what it is. Sheree just stupid, to be honest. Like that's just what I get from it. Like I don't understand her, honestly. But to eat, like I said, to each his own. It is what it is, whatever. Whatever. Okay. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get into the very next thing. So we get into Sheree's birthday party, and then they start talking about Martell not paying for the party. You know what I mean? They start doing that. And so I don't know why Sheree is getting so upset about them bringing that part up. I mean, it is what it is. Like, what you mad for? He did not pay for the party. He did ask the women for cash apps. He did. So what are you mad about? He did that. But what do you expect when you're dating a mom? What do you expect? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why you keep stuttering over your words. He absolutely did not pay for the party. And that's what the girls were saying. So child, listen. So then that's when Andy threw the shot about you seem to have an issue, or these. What did he say? I think he said I think he said something about having an issue or having like difficulties with bills or some shit like that. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't really remember it. But he said something along the lines of that. And I know that the shit was funny as hell because just like Candy, I busted out the laughing. Okay. And so that's when Sheree started saying, well, at least my business is mine and I did not get, no lawsuit against me for stealing ideas. Hey, Johnny. And so I was just like, what? Wait a minute. This girl didn't even say nothing about your business. She flat out laughed like everybody else, and you just went in on her. I don't get it. Now, when I first shared that on Twitter the other day when the sneak peek first came out, okay, that's what he said. Thank you, Prophet. That's what he said. He said you have an interesting relationship with bills. That's what he said. Okay, so where was I at? Okay, so when he said that, that's when she started taking shots at Candy. And when I shared this on Twitter, some of these damn people started getting mad with me because I was like, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, but Sheree kind of chopped the screw Candy here. Not realizing that I'm laughing at this because it's ridiculous and she sounded dumb. Because how are you gonna, like, why are you going in on Candy in her business when she didn't say nothing about your business at this moment? She was just sitting there. You couldn't wait to use that mop up your nasty ass floors, mop up your nasty ass floors. What else did she say? She says about clean those floors up, or whatever. Then she started getting up talking about bitch, you could never, all that other stuff. I'm like, okay, Sheree, eat it up. But even though she ate it up, she kind of threw it the fuck back up because it didn't make any sense and it was unwarranted. And the whole read that she was trying to give Candy was unwarranted. Because even though we got these bad reviews on OLG and all this other stuff, OLG is open and it's been open for years. They still have a crowd. They still have lines waiting. What about She by Sheree? What about She by Sheree? It's a lot of shady business about She by Sheree as well. But are you selling anything? Is anybody buying the clothes? Like, what's really going on there? Because, like you called the chicken dry, people still buying that dry ass chicken and them deviled eggs and shit from the OLG. Even though I personally prefer Blaze over OLG. That's the only thing that I can that I can vouch for going to a restaurant. If you want to go to a candy restaurant, go to Blaze. Go to Blaze. This is coming from me. Go to Blaze. Go to Blaze. That's all I got to say about that. Go to Blaze. However, Then she bought out this pamphlet. This girl was sitting up here waiting for a moment to go in on Candy. She was waiting on that. And I'm not gonna lie to you. She was going in. That I'm not even gonna take that from her. She was like, she really went in on Candy, like for real, for real. I wasn't even expecting it. Like I was sitting there and I was looking at it, and I was just like, girl, like, why are you going in so hard? You know what I mean? And I'm just like, now she want to bring in the damn Wall Street Journal and talk about all of Candy's businesses. But the thing about you doing it is that it falls flat due to the fact that her businesses are still up and running and they're still successful. Regardless of the reviews, they're still going and they're still successful. It took you 15 years and some change for you to get She by Sheree off the ground. And it wasn't even what you wanted it to be from the very beginning. You made it into some Sheen shit, She by Sheen. It ain't really that serious. So girl, I'm just, listen, you sat there with EVE, Pitbull in the skirt, aka Queen Anthony. You sat there with the Pitbull in the skirt with them damn reeds, because I know he helped you with them reeds, and you needed the help with them reeds. And you know what? He gave you some good pointers. Now I'm not gonna take that from you. Now he gave you some good pointers. He gave you some good pointers. This is probably the best reunion you ever had, because you always fall short at these damn reunions. You always fall short at these reunions, and it sucks that you do. But it's just like, girl. And it was funny. I'm not gonna lie, it was funny as hell. I know that Candy was sitting there stunned. Like I know she was sitting there stunned, because I'm just like, girl, what? Like you really went in on her. I can see you getting coached right now by the Pitbull in the skirt. I know you were coached, because ain't no way you came up with all that by yourself. You know, that's how I feel. Um You had a lot of time to get that pamphlet together. You had a whole lot of time, honey. So after that, we talk about Drew, and Drew was talking about the movie that she did with Candy and Todd or whatnot. And she was saying that the scale was lower than what she's used to. And you know, when the movie first came about, her agent had told her, they passed on it at first, but because this was Todd's first movie and it was his first time out, you know, she decided to give it a chance. My thing is this right here. If you feel like Drew, here's my thing with Drew. I want y'all to know that I really like Drew. Okay, I do. I have this love-hate thing with Drew. But in all reality, I like Drew for the most part. I do. And I defended her a whole lot this season and even last season. I defended her quite a bit. I like Drew. But sometimes she can get on that damn white horse too and act like she's more than what she is. Now, you do have a little bit more acting credits than Kenya. You do. You do. However, honey, you need to stop thinking that you are better, because you are not. Like, you are not at that level yet. Like, by you being on this platform, your acting career just may go where it needs to go. Like, because you can act. Like, I rooted for you when you was in a TLC movie, like when you played T-Boz and all that other stuff. Like, you did a great job. Real talk. You did. But I just sometimes Drew be pissing me off when she do this grandstand and stuff. Like, I never take her acting credits away, but she be doing too much with that sometimes. Like, I don't know. I didn't say I knew anything about her rates. Anyway, let's see. When they talked about Kenya shading her video shoot, I felt like Kenya was dead ass wrong for shading her video shoot. If you are there to support, why call it low budget? It's kind of like the same thing on the Real Housewives of, you know, Potomac, where Mia came to her video shoot to support her, but then turned around and called it low budget. I would never be okay with anybody calling my shit low budget when you're supposed to be there to support. Like, why call it low budget when this is just a start? Like, I don't have no budget behind me. I'm doing this all by my damn self. So of course it's not going to be on some Hype Williams, Little X, Chris Robinson type of budget. It's on a Drew Sidora budget. I'm doing the best that I can. It's independent. So I don't I don't like that. I'm sorry, but I may be the type, you may call me sensitive or whatever. I mean, I don't know, but I would not be happy with anybody calling my shit low budget. You can fun shade it, but low budget is a bit much for me. For me, I can't speak for nobody else, but for me, I wouldn't be too accepting of somebody calling something that I'm doing low budget. You know what I mean? Like, keep in mind that I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. So that's just like me. Like, when you're sensitive about something that you do, sometimes you don't really want it to be critiqued. But if you put in the product out there for the people to watch it or for the people to look at it or for the people to listen to it, then you got to take the criticism. People criticize me a lot about certain things that I know I need to change. Like, even in this particular live, I noticed that I kind of repeated myself a couple of times. Although I'm the one that says I don't like to repeat myself, I do it when I'm doing my reviews sometimes. Sometimes I find myself repeating myself, and then it'd be like I watch it back and I'd be like, oh, I repeated myself so many times. That's what the people be saying. I repeat myself too much. So I know that I do it. It's hard. It's a hard habit to break. I be trying. But that's one of the main criticisms about me is that I repeat things too much. And sometimes I, go off topic. But that's okay. I can fix that. It's just gonna be difficult. But that's what I'm saying. We're sensitive about our shit. Sometimes we take things personal when people talk about our shit. I mean, that's just how I feel. Um, but I'm glad Kenya apologized because she needed to apologize. Period. She needed to apologize. If you're supposed to be her friend, then you should never do that. Period. What's next? So then they started talking about Candy being upset by Drew saying that she was lying about the kiss. I hope that wait a minute. Hold on. Don't do that. Support OLG. It's subjective whether you like it or not. I supported OLG when I paid my money at the restaurant. I'm just saying I like Blaze better than OLG. My opinion, my preference. When it come down to it, I'm tired of this kiss because I really don't give a fuck if she kissed or not. Do I believe that Drew kissed Latoya? Absolutely. The reason why I believe that she kissed Latoya is because Latoya said she did it, but then she turned around and said that she didn't do it. But then again, Drew said on the season 3 reunion and said that she's kissed a girl before, then turned around and said that she never kissed a girl before. So to me, it's like Latoya and Drew are both lying. But in my opinion, it's kind of like, girl, why are we still talking about this? Either you did it or you didn't. And then you say, I never kissed a girl before. I absolutely have never kissed a girl before. But girl, you said in the season 3 reunion that you absolutely did kiss a girl. So which one is it, Drew? Which one is it? Like, you just got to be honest and keep it real about what you got going on. And here's my thing with Candy. Now, one thing that I don't like is for somebody to call me a lie. That is one thing that would get my goat is for you to call me a damn lie. Okay, when I know I'm telling the truth. That's gaslighting 101. And that's one thing that I do not like is for a person to gaslight me when I know I'm telling the truth. Like, if I know I'm telling the damn truth, I do not need you gaslighting me. Like, I know I'm telling the truth. I know I'm not lying. I would never sit up here and lie on another person. That's just something that I would never do. So when somebody is sitting up here lying to me, lying in my face and gonna call me a lie when I know that I'm not lying about something, girl, get the fuck out of here. You're really insulting me right now because you're telling me that I'm lying and I know what I saw. So I get why Candy was so gun-ho about proving it, but at the same time, her trying to prove it became overkill to me. And it's like, girl, just let it go. Because at the end of the day, what's the fucking point? Because it makes you look very invested by you constantly saying, girl, you did kiss her, girl, you did kiss her, girl, you did. And it's making you look like you care more than you really do, because you know you don't really give a if she kissed her or not. So I don't understand why we got to prove anything. You ain't got to prove a motherfucking thing. It's beating a dead horse. You can't make nobody tell the damn truth about shit. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So, and multiple people said that they saw you. It's overkill. It's overkill, Candy. It's fucking overkill. Especially being that Drew is supposed to be your friend. But at the same time, Drew, you ain't out the woods. Same time, Drew, what I also don't like about you is, and this is why I could not fully be on your side, while Candy was annoying as hell with this whole kiss thing, whether or not Drew kissed a girl or not, whether or not she kissed a girl and she liked it, all this other stuff. Candy, oh, no. Drew, I didn't like the way that you were bringing up that dungeon shit. Trying to say that Candy trying to put you in a dungeon. Trying to say that Candy is using this kiss to promote the movie, like doing little shit like that. So that's what made me not fully be on your side, because if you wasn't using those innuendos about that whole situation involving the whole thing about, the movie and the dungeon and all this other stuff, like bringing more light into that Portia and Phaedra stuff, I would have been on your side completely. But then when it come down to Candy, and somebody just brought it up in the chat, and I was going to bring it up myself, you was going hard about the Drew thing, but you kind of protected Portia when Kenya was going in saying that Portia Bolo, when we all knew that she did, and you was telling Candy was what happens in, what happens there stays there or whatever. So it's kind of like, whatever. But at the same time, I think another thing was they was having a private conversation and it wound up being the storyline. So now we was forced to deal with this old ass shit. So it's like, at some point, you got to learn you got to know when to fold sometime, Candy. And some shit just ain't worth it. Some shit just ain't worth it. You do not have to prove yourself to no motherfucking body. If a person gonna lie, they gonna fucking lie at the end of the day. And I feel like, yes, Drew was lying, but you really ain't got nothing to prove. Because at the end of the day, if you really think about it, everybody believes you when you said that they kissed. So it's really nothing else to really say. But I get it. It's frustrating to be called a liar in this situation when you know what you saw. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, okay, I get it, but I feel like it was just overkill and it went too far. And even, Candy said that she was a lying asshole. And she said that for you to just sit up here and lie like that, I really feel like at times you probably gaslit Ralph. Now, Candy, love you to death. I really do. But at the same time, I thought that was just like, girl, like you should have never went there. Cause you and I and everybody else that look at this show knows that Ralph was a piece of So I feel like you said that out of anger, and it was up for you to say. Because you know damn well that Ralph do not gaslight. I mean, you know damn well Drew do not gaslight Ralph at all. Ralph is the main offender of being a gaslighter. You know that. No, I thought that was out of line. You should have never said that. That was fucked up. That was fucked up. I would have never. I ain't okay with that. You shouldn't have said that. I get that you was mad and shit, and you felt gaslit in that situation because she called you a liar. I understood that, but to go as low as to say that she may be gaslighting Rap when we already know that he's a piece of that was a bit much. No. But then again, like somebody said in the chat, you probably said that because Drew was gaslighting you in this situation. So maybe that's why you said it, but I don't agree with it though. I ain't like that. Gotta be real. I ain't like that at all. What's next? So Marlo claims that she's only had no. Drew says, wait, I just want to know if we're good. Drew, how are we good when you sat up here and you said that I'm a liar? You call me a liar. You call me a liar. How are we going to be good and you call me a liar? You said everything that I just said was candy coated lies. Like, we're not going to be good if you're trying to perpetuate this narrative on me that I'm lying on you and that I'm just coming at you, putting shit on you that's not true. Like, you're calling me a liar and it's not. No, we're not good. We're not good, Drew. You call me a liar. How are we going to be good and you call me a liar? No. If anybody called me a liar and I know I didn't lie on their ass, we not good. And once again, I'm not saying it's like it's a badge of honor because I know that I need to change that. But I'm just telling y'all, as an award-winning grudge holder, I know you lie, you saying I'm a liar, then you throwing up this dungeon stuff and all this other bullshit, and you think that we gonna be good? No, girl, we ain't good. Unfortunately, we ain't good, and that's just the truth here. We're not good. So you look crazy asking Candy that question because ain't no way I would have been good with you and you calling me a damn liar. Like, you can't go that. Like, for real. That's why, this is why I always say, and I know I'm repeating myself when I say this, but this is why I always say I cannot be on reality TV because ain't nobody finna go in on me like that and then think that we're going to be good afterwards. We're not. We're not. We're gonna be forever because you shouldn't have said, you said what the you meant. So don't think that we're gonna be good after you done said all that shit. You know what I mean? So nah. Drew crazy for that. But anyway, Marlo claims that she only had lipo and stuff like that. And then Marlo says that Drew kisses girls, but she likes to deny it and be in denial about it. But just a minute ago, you said that you okay, girl. So then Courtney and Monyetta comes out, and Andy was like, how are you and Ralph related? She says that her dad's sister is married to Ralph's uncle. But you said y'all was first cousins and y'all found out that y'all was related during ancestry or some shit like that. Okay, Courtney. Okay. You now that's who the liar is. Courtney is a liar. You can't believe a word out of that East Coast, West Coast mouth ass mother. You just cannot. You cannot. She lies too much for me. And I really feel like she has it in her to be good, but at the same time, to me, it's kind of like she ruins it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. So I'm not sure, but whatever. Okay, girl. It is what it is. Let's see. Drew said that it's giving fake cousin, which we've all been saying for the longest. Um, then Drew does what she likes to do, throw shit at people. Like, she'll throw you a dog bone, she'll throw anything at somebody. She threw a plum. She threw a plum at Courtney. She threw a plum at Courtney. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. She threw a plum at Courtney, but that's what Courtney got us a plum because she damn sure ain't got no peach. Okay. So then she says, they asked Marlo if she's still dating Scott Lee. She said that she is. Then she says that she has had sex with Scott Lee as well. Courtney says that she's still helping Marlo with her record, and Phaedra is helping her too. Then Kenya says that Roy never took Marlo out on a date and all that other stuff. And she said she didn't really give a about that. Like, they only went out to lunch. A lunch date, maybe, Kenya? That might be what it was. Okay. Roy didn't want nothing to do with the show because he saw the super trailer and, he was disgusted by Marlo mentioning him. Okay, Kenya. Kenya, you can lay it on thick sometimes. I'm just saying. Marlo gave her opinion on the reunion looks, and sad to say, I agree with most of her, um, her critiques, because I really didn't like half the cast's looks, to be honest. I think the one that I hated the most was probably Monyetta's, and I love Monyetta, but girl, I ain't like it. Um, let's see. Um, Monyetta explained what the collusion was. Apparently, her ass was confused. Then, Candy and Sonya, they argued about Courtney calling her ghetto. I was 100% Team Candy when it came down to that. I felt that way at the beginning of the season, and I still feel that way. Don't come to me telling me shit that nobody said, and you ain't gonna tell me what the fuck you said. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna sit up there, because they showed the flashback of Sonya laughing. So if you're gonna laugh with this mother when they call me out of my name, then why are you coming back telling me what they said? It's it's not valid. It's invalid to me if you coming back telling me what they said and you just sat there and laughed at it. You must be in agreement with the bullshit. Like, that's how I feel. You must be in agreement with it if you sat back and let it happen, like you laughed. I ain't saying you got to cuss a motherfucker out or nothing like that, but if you gonna laugh about it, then don't tell me about it. You obviously thought that it was funny at that moment. You obviously didn't think it was that deep at that moment. So, ski wee, do your thing, laugh at it. Don't come back and tell me a motherfucking thing. Cause you're not a real friend. Like, because and that's all I've been saying all season, but everybody want to get mad at me when I say something about Sonya and this whole Candy thing. It ain't about no teams. It's just about real life. Like, if you're gonna sit back and you're gonna sit with them, because I don't really care if you're friends with somebody that I don't like. Because, like I said, Jamar and we have that understanding. Jamar is I ain't gonna say friends because he's not really friends with these folks, but he cool with motherfuckers that I don't really like that. And it's multiple people that he's cool with that I don't really care for. But I'm sure that if somebody says something about me, he would address it and he would come back and tell me, and vice versa. But sometimes I won't even say nothing about it because I already checked it anyway. So it really ain't no need for me to say nothing about it in the first place. So that's how I feel about it. I felt like Sonya was, because I see the difference in the way that Sonya treats her relationship with Candy, like she treats it with Marlo. If somebody say something about Marlo and Marlo ain't around, Sonya gonna defend her top to bottom. And I don't even like Marlo, but Sonya is a good friend to Marlo. She would defend Marlo from top to motherfucking bottom, to be honest. You know what I mean? That's what it is. So she don't do the same thing for nobody else. So that's why I always say you're not neutral. You already know what side you on. Stay on that side. Own that you on that side, and we not really cool like that. We're cordial, but we ain't cool like that. So just say that. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Um, Sheree and Monyetta, they argue about Marlo slamming the door. This whole argument was dumb. Monyetta knew that, Marlo slammed the door and all this other stuff. Sheree just on 10. We don't really care. Monyetta explained the difference between her and Marlo doing videos. Monyetta said that we send videos to production, we do this, we do that, but I didn't send it to nobody that's not in this group. Marlo sent it to Latoya. And so then Marlo explains why she sent the video to Latoya, because she says that, she knows that Latoya is going to keep it 100. So she thought, or whatever. And so then that's when Drew explains why she was offended by Courtney calling her out of her name, because that's basically supposed to be family. But girl, we know she not your family. She ain't nothing to you. And she's showing it off the rip. Kenya addressed her soft opening or whatever, and that she's about to add a second level to it. It's funny how this is coming out now, but that blogger lady went and tried to expose her about this shit, but Kenya done talked about it already on this reunion. Let's see. Candy explained her absence in this group. Candy pretty much stated that when she came into filming this new season, she was coming out of an intense situation with her group Escape. It was all over the blogs, and she bit off more than she could chew this season. I most definitely feel what she's talking about, because baby, if my reviews and shit came off aggressive between the months of March to about May, baby, that's because the people was coming at my motherfucking neck, and I wasn't even doing shit. Like when I tell you I was over it, I was ready to fight. I was ready to fight, honey. So sometimes it came out of my work. So my bad. Let's see. Monyetta talked about what Drew said about Ty being her crush. Drew said that they were just joking while they were on set. Courtney claims that Raph was hurt when the divorce hit the blogs. And my thing is that why are you Raph's mouthpiece and why do you have so much to say about this marriage, girl? I feel like you got so much to say because you was really who he was with in Tampa. Didn't you say you were from Tampa? Uh-huh. Yep, kissing cousins. Um, then next thing you know, Drew went off on Courtney and gave her the read that she needed. And I really wish that Drew would have turned it to her in a Porsche and beat the out of Courtney because she deserved it. Stop bringing up folks. She brought up that lady kid talking about her kid and want to be in a gay lover relationship and all this other shit. She could have left her child out of that whole thing. She really could have left her child out of it. I don't know why the Courtney brought up that lady child. But Drew had every right to go in on her. I rewinded that damn read so many damn times. Courtney is a damn weirdo. And it's so funny to me that so many people be talking about, oh, she the new queen of RHOA. She gets the girls together. We want to see her back. But why do you want to see her back? I don't understand. Why do you want to see her back? Like, it's really no need. It's really no need to be seeing her back. I don't know. I just feel like Drew is no, Courtney is a mess. She's a mess, and she coming on here. She doing way too much. She's speaking too much about this situation with Ralph and Drew. Like she knows way too much about it, and I feel like Ralph is feeding her this information. You know what I mean? I believe everything that Drew saying about Courtney is all facts. That's what I believe. I really believe it for real. But y'all, that's about it. That's about it, y'all. That's all I really got for this reunion. I would say that this was one of the better episodes of the season. I mean, they knew that they had to come with it for this damn reunion. That's how I feel. I feel like they had to come through with the reunion so far. So far so good. I think it was pretty decent. I got my life from it. I rewinded a couple of times. I ain't gonna lie to you, but that's how I feel. But what do you guys think about it? You know what I mean? I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I really do. Um, over 500 of y'all was up in here, so I really appreciate that. And I know that it's late at night, but y'all still showed up for me. I still got to do a video on Mims's interview with Miss Allison. I'm probably gonna watch that right after this is over. I'm gonna watch his interview, take notes, probably do a video tonight and put it out in the morning, so y'all can have something to watch when y'all head to work. And I still got to watch Toya and Reginae, which I'm probably gonna watch tomorrow. Sorry to be so behind, but y'all know what's going on with me. But with that being said, y'all, I really appreciate it. This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here. And I will see you guys on the next video, and I will leave you guys with the promo from my upcoming panel, the Chasing Panel, which stars myself, T, Jamar, Carl, Jeremy Speaks, and Tremail. I hope I didn't miss nobody because it's like 6 of us. But yeah, I'll see you guys then. Bye.